Fine! You're up!
I hadn't considered that, but thank you, and also thank you for the sub, Nick. Thank you very much. Oh, whoops. Hello, everyone, to people just joining, to people who have been waiting, and to everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this. Hello, welcome back to another stream, and welcome back to Game Dev Sunday. Now, sorry, I'm a bit out of breath because I quickly... Hey, Day. I'm a bit out of breath, quickly rushed to the kitchen to get myself a drink, literally as the countdown had finished. Not the most efficient thing to do, though, to be honest. For the few minutes I was in the countdown, I was playing Silksong. I've been playing a medically concerning amount of Hollow Knight and Silksong the past few weeks in my spare time and whatnot. So, yeah, no, I got a bit caught up in the time between, like, when I pushed, like, go live and when things actually properly started. Anyway, I'm looking for a PC as all Steam Decks are sold out for a bit. The Silk can sing, yes. I didn't think it could do that much, but it can. But yeah, no, I'm having fun with Silk Song. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome everyone. Last week we started working on one of the enemy character models. As you can see, we've got like the in progress right here. I should also put some music on, just a moment. I'll go for Spyro music again, because, you know, it's the right vibes and whatnot. I also got a 14 for my game. Oh, that's neat. That's pretty neat. As long as you're all, like, able to sort of, you know, share whatever you eventually make when you eventually release it and whatnot. But, yeah, no. So, we've got the in progress here. It's looking like this at the moment. There's still some things I need to sort out with the torso and all that jazz. And I had to adjust some things in order to make it possible for things to actually exist. So I should have factored in needing a neck for this character. That was my bad. I've been telling them I can't pay, so have fun. I will tell you if it does not fit. That makes sense. But yeah, no, this was where we got up to the last time. Now, I'm going to go back over to... Where is my rat? Yep, there we go. Just to use him as an example. So, for the last time, when I was working on this dude, of course, I brought in, like, I think it was 2 circles or 2 planes. I think it was 2 circles, that I brought in, because I was following the tutorial at the time. And then sort of extruded and extended from there. Now, I'm going to do basically the same thing with the enemy, because, you know, it's the easiest thing, and then at the same time I can also essentially do the same thing that I did to make sure that, you know, we have proper knee joints and whatnot, which I need to fully remember. It was adding another part of the loop, collapsing one of the edges down, and then triangulating the remaining face so that we essentially have, like, this little bit here that sort of looks like the triangle sort of going in so the knee can bend properly when we animate this. And it's very important because otherwise it makes things look weird. I also need to grab another thing from over near my bed. Just a moment. Whoops. At the very least, having, like, the chair that I have now, it makes it easy to sort of, like, push myself back and forward, and, like, if I need to grab a thing, rather than trying to stretch my arm so much. So, you know, it's a plus. It's a plus. I could be a bit lazy with trying to grab stuff. But anyway, of course, I can't actually, you know, check for how things would look once rigged and whatnot, because, you know, need to get the rest of the model sort of, like, kind of, like, done as a sort of basic thing before I can start rigging anything at all. And in my head, I'm already trying to imagine how this enemy character will look when they're running. But you know, it's But just to refresh my memory on, like, just making it there. And also, I don't know why I made his thighs, like, thick, but, it works. The legs are like this now. Right, so in order for this to work, wait, actually, let me look at, yeah, no, that's fine. So, in edit mode, add circle. The model is not done yet. Here, and yeah, here you are. Listen, I didn't mean for him to be thick, okay? I didn't mean for him to, like, look at the thighs or just have a thigh gap. That wasn't my intent. He just exists like this now. Right. Oh wait, no, I want to rotate on the Y just so I can... He's looking like... Right, so move that there, rotate on the Y, scale it down a little bit, because I don't need him to be beefy. I also should have made, like, the arms in a proper, like, T or A pose, rather than what I did for him. I kind of did it in, like, the A pose, but not, you know, not to the best of my abilities. Right, so we're gonna get this, take, not that face, that's not the face I... Ah! I guess a face doesn't properly exist there yet. Right, it will select one and then hit. No! L. So this is currently... Right. Okay. I need to close this just to make sure. There we go. B is... whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Cancel. Da, 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 da. You gotta love it when bots appear and their account was only made like 8 hours ago. Why can it not? There we go. OBS being a bit unwieldy for me. Not. Oh, there we go. Now we've got a face, because you can't... A thing that I didn't remember was being able to fill in, like, from an edge loop. So... That's one way of doing it, to be fair. So now, if I take this face and then extrude... At the moment, there's no, like, proper... Like the rat, there's no, like, proper joint. So if I do... Is that selected? G... Unless I did things wrong. Hold on. Okay. So here we've got... Right. Right, so I could still make the face, but then I do want to triangulate the thing after I've extracted. All right, so Control Shift. Never mind. I'm gonna have to actually. You know. Create that. Do that. Extrude. There we go. And then Control T to try it. That's not what I meant. Quad method. Okay, so triangulate does that. So that's not exactly what I want. It's within the realms of it, but it's not exactly the result I had in mind. So... Vertex in... Choose poke faces. Face. Poke face. Ah! There we go. Hmm. Not what I wanted. Hmm. I don't know why. I'm just trying to rack my brain. I might be overcomplicating things, and that's not new for me. Uh, um, transform pivot point, medium point, active element. I can never get the one I need. Let me think. If I select them all, go to face. To be fair, what did I expect? There's no face there, so that's not going to work. Funny small little nightman. Yes, it is. Oh, wait, that's how... Oh, wait, no, actually, I should not have done... I should have extruded first. Right, so... Take that, extrude, and this. Poke face. Right, and now we've got that. Oh yeah, I realise I need to... Shade smooth, because then otherwise that would look out of place. Right, edit mode. Back into wireframe mode. You've also been playing a lot of the new Arc Knight game. I've never played anything of Arc Knights before. I know somewhat. I know someone. Well, I knew someone back at uni who did like Arc Knights a lot. Right. That's better. Anyway, so trying to think. So in terms of the... Yeah, right. So take this, extrude again. So we have like the point where it should be bending. The factory building action game with gacha. Ah, okay. And I'm going, gosh, sorry. Ow. Anyway. Crying out loud. Cled and I have been loving the factory part over everything else. Ah, right. So proportional editing. Oh wait, no, proportional editing is not going to help me here. And I'm so broke. I've been playing a lot of TF2. I've not actively played TF2 in ages. But I do enjoy a bit of it every now and then. Snap to increment vertex volume phase edge center. Global transform orientations normal. That's better. That's more like it. That's what I was looking for. Right, so I'm going to do that first, because at the moment this doesn't make sense, but I'm going to take the edge. That's not what I meant. How to select an edge loop. So Alt, left click. There we go. And then do I bevel again? Why did I try using Control B while I'm tabbed out? Yeah, right. So we beveled in the 2 extra edges, and then depending on how I want it to rotate. How? So much of this is just relearning shortcuts as well. Oh, that's not what I meant to select. Yeah. Normal. Ah! Scale X. Scale Y. No, scale Z? I might be silly. Hold on. Oh, wait, it's because it's on individual origins, not medium point. Help, I'm trying to concentrate on the ginger. Hello, hi. But he demands attention. He demands a bit of attention. He keeps rubbing all over, but he wants attention. Oh gosh. Okie doke. Right, I need to review back with my rat because I need to look. Right, so looking at how I have this set up, so I have it all beveled. It's just sorting out collapsing it and looking at how it's it's that front-facing face. At the moment, I don't think there is a proper front-facing face. Oh wait, no, actually there is. So right. Oh, yep, no, I remember now, so it's... Right. So I want it to be... And now I need to triangulate the face. My brain. Hmm. Where's my brain going? Where's my brain gone? Ah! I need to double check if this is actually lining up with how I've done the rats. We've got the face there, and then alongside we've got... So there's two at the back. There's two at the back where it's just normal. Have I gone up? How did I go upside down? Gosh. I realize I fucked up. Right, let's see. Oh, no, I did not mean to select that. Right. Alt, left click, fill. Right. And then... Alt, left click. Giant enemy models. Hello, Hita. Hello. Right. Normal. So normal. I'm very normal. Hi, hi. Right. Then extrude. Normal day. Oh no. Left lasagna at home. It's the two there that need to... So it's this one. These two need to be normal. So let me save there. Select this edge. And then... doo-doo. Wait, I need to double... I feel like I'm... I feel like I need to just do this. I think I've just solved it. Yay! Make a worm enemy that has 1 HP and give him little hats. When you kill them, your rat guy needs to stop what he's doing and think about what he's done for 10 seconds when the player loses all control of the character. Oh boy, horrors beyond my own imagination and comprehension. What have I done? I do realize that I need to possibly shrink things down a little bit. So if I take That's not what I want. The origins. There we go. So pinch that in a bit. I'm pretty sure that I can take this face and scale it down? Yeah. I think it does kind of distract me with the references. How do I hide? I can hide them. Yeah, there we go. Hmm. To be fair, the rest of it is just kind of... Oh, that's not what I meant. That's kind of a bit closer. But then it makes the forearm look a bit beefy. Like, this isn't Luke from Streets. I'm not trying to make Luke from Streets. I'm trying to make a medieval knight. I also realize... Wait, do I? Have I? I selected the wrong face. I mean, to be fair, now I think about it, it's kind of like on... Hold on, I'm trying to rack my funny little brain about this. Gosh, right. Okay, that brings it a bit more in line. That's good. Now, let me look back at the rat. Rat plat. There you are. Okay, yeah, it was like... I poked the face, made the little like bit where the wrist ends, and then it was a separate shape for the hands. Okay, right. So I'm gonna take this face, poke it, and I know that sounds very aggressive, but it has to be done. Right. Okay, so was it cubes? I think it was a cube. I might be wrong. It might have been a cube that is added to this in order to make the hands. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Right, so normal. Yeah, something's bothering me about this. I don't know what it's how it looks. It's very much bothering me. Hmm. Oh, why do you have to be annoying? Actually, if I take an edge loop, Alt left click. Why did you not select the last part of it? Ah! I'll say for the time being, good enough for me. Right, so let's say select this whole bit. Right, and now if I reveal this, I'd say scale the arms up slightly, and then move them back in. Also set it back to global, so I don't need to keep double tapping to pick a number between 10 and 15. 14. I'm scared. Why are you having me choose numbers? Should I be scared? Oh, okay. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so next I want to save, not Right, Shift A to add cube. Cube. And yes, I was imagining that in essentially the cadence of how the announcer says it in Sonic Colors. I had that in mind when I was saying it. Oh no. Did I... Right, so if I go GZ, rotate on the Y? Yeah, rotate on the Y. Scale it down. Scale Z. Okay, I should. Okay, this is where I switch it to normal. Scale it Z. No, scale it. Scale it on the Y. That's it. Right, so now we have cubes for hands. Shade smooth. Edit mode. Right. Okay, right. So take this. Ah! Don't mind me. Right. Set it back to wireframe mode. Do the thing. That's there. And then take the two edges. Subdivide. Right. And then take this, just to make sure that I'm doing this right. Yep. I'm trying to grab it. Thank you. Gosh. And then take this. I'm trying to grab it. And then take these. Oh, that's interesting. If you have two edges selected and you try to collapse it, it just makes it all look like this. Oh! Not that I'll ever need it, but interesting thing to know. Okay, that's weird. What's going on? Right, medium point. Okay, that just didn't help me at all. Okay, never mind. That turned it into a little pyramid. Whoops. Scale Z0. Oh, they flattened it. Never mind. Normal, rotate. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, that's a freakishly long hand. Hmm. Right. Let me think. I think that's looking okay. For the body, at least. The ad break's starting in a few minutes, chat. So, I think things are looking okay. Sorry. The problem is trying to properly model the helmet. Like, if I do that, or... Trying to model a helmet. Unless this is how I do it, and this is just... I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get the gears turning in my brain, but it's a bit difficult. I'll have a think about it over the ad break, because it's literally starting in a few seconds. So I'll be back in a few short minutes. So hang on tight. We'll be back very shortly. And we're back. Sorry, I was just snacking. Hold on, chat. Okay. Now, here's what I'm thinking. If you'll permit me a moment. So, my mindset is, like, in the reference image, we have, like, oh yeah, we've got the helmet on, like, basically the top part of the face. But at the moment, we just have the face. So, much like how we duplicated, like, the lower portion of the torso in order to get, like the pelvis, and also duplicated the lower half of the leg to basically get the greaves, I'm gonna take the top half, I merged part and half. What is wrong with me? Anyway, gonna take the top half of the face and, like, duplicate that so I can get the helmet. So I'm gonna turn clipping back on. I'm gonna take this. I did not select the face. And now I believe it's Shift D. Yeah. Shift D. Shift D. I've just made a giant hat. But now the question has to be asked, am I going to have the top half of the head modelled underneath? Because if I am not, or if I'm never going to see the bottom half of the head, then I may as well delete the top of the head. Hold on. Because if we're talking about being efficient with the polygons and whatnot, and making sure that we don't have too many of them, also a moment. There we go. Anyway, so if I do this, and I don't think. Hold on. Did I get the right one? Yeah, I did. So if I delete those faces, and now if I... So that top half of the face is gone. So we've got this top part now. So if I do that, shift it down slightly, and then if I take the edge loop here, so Alt L, and then I extrude downwards. Then take the edge here. So we're not quite on our vision yet, but it's getting there. Actually, I think for the time being, I'll keep the actual top half of the head. I will still do what I did with anyway, as I did before, so take the edge loop. I should have Alt left click, extrude downwards. Just do that for now because it will at the very least give it decent length. I'll set it back to global so I don't need to keep double tapping. I'm looking at the thingamajiggy. Sorry. Actually, hold on. I do need to bring it in a bit. So if I take the edge loop and scale it, because otherwise it's just going to... Sorry, I'm late. Wait. So we take this one here. Right, actually, I should be taking the vertex and not the edge. Come on. Right, I think this needs to be brought in a little bit more. Actually, is that compressing? All right, it's compressing that bit too far inwards. So if I take this, that's not what I want. I want it more tightly locked. I think that's already clipping inside of it. Yeah, no, it is. Hmm. Hmm. Let me think. Brain. Um. Hmm. I may not be able to get the exact vision that I wanted with this, but I'll try and get like a close approximation of it. Um. Brain. I'm. Let me think. So how do I go about? Right. That's... But then I can take this. Okay, no, that's not what I want at all, actually. Anyway, I don't know why I'm bothering with the pelvis. I'm trying to think. How do I do this? So take a vertex and then that's not what I meant. Turn vertex into base. Ugh! God, what was that? I didn't even realize that could happen. Ugh. Right, so right, there's a thing that I'm thinking of. I know it exists. Ugh. Okay, my brain. Let me think. I don't like how this is beveled. Ah, control shift. So I'm gonna have to do it anyway. Holy polygons. Right, so we got... Finally, we got that. That's what I wanted. That's what I was looking for. I was looking to be able to make that shape. Just a moment, chat. Right, there we go. So now that I've got that, I can try to model, like, what is it? The plume, yeah. I can attempt to try and make the plume. Let's see. So right, so now that we've got that, I can take the face. Go there. Extrude. Right, so do that. That's not what I want at all. Wait, scale Y. No, this isn't working. I feel like it has to be a thing that I need to do when I don't have, like, mirror modifier applied, or I do it outside of this object as a separate object, but then parent what I'm attempting to do to it. I could do that, but now I'm thinking, is it really that important? But then I remember it is part of the design, so gosh, right. Okay. Right, since it's part of the design, I will do this. So go into object mode. And now shift. No, that's not what I meant. Shift A. What do I want to start this as? Do I want to start it not as a cylinder? Okay, so okay, to be fair, I could do it as another cube. So move it along the Z, shade smooth. How do I subdivide again? Right, subdivide it straight here. Smoothness of 1. Scale it down. Oh gosh. Control Shift B bevel. Yeah, this isn't looking right. How do I... Hmm. Let me think. Right. But the problem is that I just don't have the centered. I was silly. Right. To be fair, I could try it again. Right, so Shift A, add mesh, add cube, move it up, scale it down a bit, shade smooth, edit mode, subdivide. Yep, that's already sorted. And then I only want to focus on this angle for the time being. So select all. Move. Wait, what if I... Oh, God. So trying to, like, slide things away like this. That is funky and weird. Right, that's looking a bit better. Now, the thing I want, I always forget. How do I do this? Add middle of edge. Right click. It's literally just subdivide. So subdivide, subdivide, subdivide. Right. So now, look at that. There we go. Right. And that's added... that's added... Oh, 2 edges. Right. Oh. Oh, that's what that did. Okay, that's better. So I shouldn't have joined them all at the same time. I should have just did it one at a time. That was my bad. Boop, boop. Did it do the same thing? It did not create new faces. It just... Okay, that's weird. Ugh, so no, that's okay. Weird stuff. Weird stuff's happening. It's like, I made those. But then when... Wait, actually, why didn't I just subdivide the faces? Oh yeah, that's why I didn't subdivide the faces, because then it created unnecessary geometry. Oh, good lord. Right, let me think. Right. Into existing vertices. Knife tool. So, how to do this? So for the knife tool, so K, C for angle constraint. Okay, that was a waste. Okay, there we go. I just had to press enter. There we go, that's what I wanted. Now I can take these edges. Whoops. Take that. Extrude that. That doesn't look... Oh. That doesn't look right. Hmm. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't a bad attempt to model a plume. It doesn't look too great. I don't know why I didn't opt, like, in... To be fair, I could just ignore the design and just make it very simple, rather than just be whatever I made the plume look like here. Thank you. There we go. Now, for the most part, this doesn't look horrible. I could, because it looks a bit, it looks very, because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, it looks very bulbous. So I could take... And then... That's not what I wanted. And then I can just take the edges here. Right. That's better. Good lord. Ow. Oh. Oh boy. So this is looking a bit better. I don't know why it took me like 20 or so minutes to like decide whether or not I was going to do it from the actual model itself or just do it as a separate object and then parent. So let's see. Parent object to... Right, so go into object mode. So child object first, then the parent object. Control parent, set parent to object. And now keep transform. That's not what I meant to do. So this is part of this now. One thing I'm looking at in regards to this model, if I look at, so, say for example on the, I do need to sort of adjust the angle of this. Actually, let me look at the rat as well, so I can get a bit of a reference. So, right, I did adjust that side. Okay. Okay. Oh. Gosh. Local, normal. That's not it. Oh wait, actually that works. Right, that hand's looking a bit more natural now. So then I want to take this. And at the moment, this is just kind of part of the, like, you know, just a normal hand, part of the arm. To be fair, I could very easily just... Could very easily... Let me think. Because if I was to, like, set wireframe mode, go with this edge... What if I only want to extrude the edge? Extrude only edge. Okay, so Alt-E. No, that's not what I meant. Alt-E. Alt-E. And at the moment that's clipping through, so if I take... There we go! Oh, aside from that, whoops. But there we go, it's looking like proper gloves now. Look at that! Right. Oh, that's still clipping down at the bottom. Wait. Wait. What's going on? Wait, why is that? Okay, that was weird, first off. And then... I think that's just to do with, like, this bit here, so... Edge loop, scale. Right. And I reckon now that I've scaled that down, I can scale, like, this inner part of it down. There we go. Hey! Oh, gosh. Ow. There we go. I think, in my opinion, I think this is a good place to leave it for today, because I feel like, even though it's, only a case of, well, we've added the arms, which, took a bit of time to figure out, like, things again, sort of hopping between the rat character and this one to make sure that I was doing things correctly, then deciding what we were going to do with the helmet, then deciding what was going to happen with the plume on the helmet, whether it was going to sort of derive from the model itself, or if I had to bring in something separate for it, and then deciding how I was going to do everything. I feel like this is still a healthy amount of progress, so I'm going to end things there for today. So, to everyone who showed up, and to everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this, thank you ever so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And the next stream, I believe, should be on Wednesday. We will be continuing Dream Drop Distance. I don't know if we'll be beating it this time around. If we do manage to, that's great. If not, then it'll definitely be 2 weeks after that. But here's hoping we can actually get closer to the end of the level 1 playthrough for that game. But yes, thank you ever so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you all again in the very next one. So until then, please take care of yourselves and have a good day or night, depending on where you are and, when you're watching this. Bye-bye!